Hello, and thank you so very much for joining me tonight. Before we get into today's session, I'd first like to take a moment and thank our sponsor for today's video, which is Babbel. Babbel is a truly awesome language learning app. I've been using it myself for about a year. I absolutely love it. It teaches you from a perspective of not just straight vocabulary. There are games you can play, there are short stories you can listen to, there are conversations you can jump in. So you're really learning in an immersive way. They have podcasts now and even live virtual classes taught by certified teachers in small groups. I think 6 is the maximum actually, so like really small groups. Right now, you can get 65% off Babbel, which is less than $5 a month to learn a new language. I love these lessons. I think they're super fun, really easy to almost like, in a good way, lose track of time in. Like they go really quickly. I always find myself going over the time that I set aside for practicing my language. And I also, of course, break it up by just listening to some short stories. And the podcast themselves has also been really wonderful because they break them down to like different levels. So wherever you're at, so you can listen to a podcast from a beginner level or, go a little deeper if you've been practicing already and you feel you're ready for the next level. I use Babbel with my son for homeschool. We have a whole lot of fun with it and I can't recommend it enough. Truly, it's the best language learning app there is. Again, please take advantage of the link below in the video description here to get 65% off Babbel, less than $5 a month, and start learning a new language today. Thank you so very much to Babbel for sponsoring this video, and now let's get into our session. Hello, and thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I go by luneinnate, and I often get requests to do videos in a whisper, so that is what I'm doing today. Okay. We're going to be, let me introduce myself. I go by luneinnate, and I'm a Reiki master teacher, energy worker. I study metaphysical healing arts, insecurities related to your health, related to your physical abilities, your physical appearance, anything at all, any dysmorphia, right? Anything that would help you will release that which does not help you so that we can help. Anything related to your ability to manifest, to your finances, to your skills, to your luck, your path. Any insecurity you have related to your past, what you feel you were born into, or what you truthfully were born into. And someone has a crow messenger here. There's a crow for one of you. Focusing on any emotional insecurity, any vulnerability. Not removing your vulnerability, but the feeling of being insecure about it. That which holds you back from being yourself or expressing your truth or sharing your emotions. Because it's so important. Capturing and pulling. Right. I'm just going to bring you back into focus here. Right. Now anything related to your mental field, any insecurity in your mental abilities, in your neurological differences. I'm setting my own intention to release my insecurity regarding my dyslexia. Release. We cannot release any mental way of considering our success and an insecurity about that. As if we have to dumb ourselves down or make ourselves small or something like that. Release. Releasing any insecurity about troubles we've gone through, our challenges. We're capturing, pulling out, casting a net, pulling out. Anything related to your spiritual connection, to the cards you were dealt, to cause and effect, to your understanding of your soul, of your higher self, of your connection with God or the beyond or your ancestors. Any wobble, any awkwardness, any insecurity regarding your awkwardness, just release. That bird really has a message for someone. Now I want to access the subliminal space where insecurities were imposed on you, and I guess they kind of always are. But I mean now specifically for those of you, some Trust in our skill, trust in our body. Not so that we're going to play in traffic, right? But trusting our body's ability to heal, trusting our body's defenses, trusting our body's signals as it tells us this and that, trusting the feedback, the signs it sends us as well. Trust in your emotions, validation in your emotions, trust in your mental abilities, your cognitive abilities, your discernment, your more mental impulses. Trust in your spiritual connection. And even if you don't believe in God or, these are big concepts, I hope you believe in the God in you. I hope you believe in the universe in you. And own that. Not in a mine ownership sort of way, but own it as, this is who you are. And I say that without meaning to push my beliefs on you, of course. So we're fluffing up our aura here so that not only we experience it ourselves in our own little personal atmosphere, but it is like a scent or a frequency that others are benefited by as well. Just your presence, just your truth. And how generous is that, right? Alright. Well, I hope you enjoyed your little session for today. I hope it serves and supports you. I thank you so very much for allowing me to share